92.5 ABC Central Coast. It's Smart Arts with Yanni Johns, who's filming the occasion. We've got every angle covered.
We're filming the.
We've got little cameras everywhere perched in the studio, and no doubt we'll be able to see it on our Facebook page. A link when you get it mixed.
I'll mix that over the weekend if I've got time.
Oh, good on you, Yanni.
You know,
that's
my
a lot
hectic
of work
lifestyle.
They're great little documentaries you do, and particularly when we have the live artists in, like Edu and Christian here, who are going to play for us. It really is nice to see them as well as listen to them.
Well, I've got a fan in Darwin, and she regularly picks us up on ABC Facebook. She loves it.
Great. No,
so it's good for that.
Little vids you do are very much appreciated, Yanni. We're also catching up with Mike Coward.
Yes,
to talk Mortimer Prize.
He's the founder of the Mortimer Prize, and it's an exhibition of realism that is travelling Australia. 40 finalists in all kinds of realistic art, from portraiture to seascape. So,
are you into realism?
It's a good show. Oh yeah, I'm a realist.
You keep it a real man.
I keep it real. Well, you know, Dr. Colin Rosewell and myself actually declared the end of postmodernism last October.
Colin's a fabulous isn't he?
And we're saying there's going to be a return to reality because everyone's quite over that.
If people go to our Facebook too, they can have a look at all of those wonderful Archibald entries from the artists on the Central Coast too. Richard Glover's beautiful portrait done by Peter Smith. Yanni's amazing portrait. I think it's the best portrait you've ever done. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Of
Larry
Page, the wonderful rock and roll producer from the rock and roll era.
Yep.
What an incredible bloke. Why did you pick those vivid yellow hues for that? It's really an amazing colour selection.
Well,
very warm painting.
I was looking at one of his old albums, which was Taking Care of Business, and Larry was he was really interested in being portrayed as he was as a rock star. So they're in front of me.
Because he was Larry Page, the teenage rage.
That's it.
At the start of the rock and roll era, yeah.
And so I always like to make sure that the people I'm painting are happy. So
also,
that was it. So we look at him as a young fella and as he is today, which is, to me, more interesting.
And a couple of 60s birds.
Yeah, Go-Go Chicks. Yeah. And because it was, the album, as I said, was Taking Care of Business, done in the 60s. It was his first foray into America. He took the British music to America.
The Trogs, the Kinks, fantastic sound. He was quite different to George Martin, who was probably the other great producer of his era, in that Larry was very much a minimalist with the musical sound. Yeah. If you could throw in a raunchy guitar solo, for example, in Wild Thing, he picked an ocarina solo instead. You know, you're just waiting for the big raunchy guitar sound to come in, and you get that little fluty South American.
And I like him already. He's one of our hidden treasures.
He is a hidden treasure
in the region, and I want to celebrate that. And
well, it's a beautiful painting. People can see it on our Facebook page, ABC.
Have a look at the Walk of Shame. The video's up.
The Walk of Shame video is very funny.
It's in brackets Pride.
Yes.
The Walk of Shame.
When you're loading up the truck, you take away your rejected. Of course, Peter Smith knows all about rejection, having won the Suleman with his painting all about rejection.
Yeah.
The eviscerated artist. That's amazing. That's up on our Facebook as well.
Wonderful.
These guys here are certainly into that organic minimalist music sound too. Edu, Vulcan, Christian Marsh, welcome back to the studio.
Well done with the new Bohemia, the brand new album.
Thank you.
And it's more, guys, than just a receptacle to hold a CD, the album, because it's a beautiful piece of art. Isn't it?
Thanks to Chris's cousin.
Yeah, my cousin came out to Australia, and I haven't seen him for years and years, and he's a really good painter, and I just said we were looking for an album cover concept, and he said, I'll just go away and paint you one, and so he sent that back and said, is it okay? And I just went, it's perfect.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was
unbelievably good.
That was his first go, and that's become the cover, and it's really
what are you going to play for us, guys? You're ready to go? One from the new album? Hopefully?
Yeah, I thought I'd like to play the magazines, because it sort of has a nice little story about it.
Okay.
And
the story of magazines.
Well, basically, I sort of go into newsagents frequently and smile incredibly internally at this barrage of glossy magazines and wonder why everybody continues to buy them, torture themselves that they'll never ever be that beautiful, or that sportsman's like, or that catch a fish that big, or drive a car as well as the one in the magazine.
You're right. Yeah.
But I just found it quite amusing, and I'm thinking, wouldn't it be interesting if I could take all the headings of all all those magazines, all the names, and string them all together and make a story and tell the story at the same time, as well as poke a bit of fun, because I always like to do that. So I thought, I'm going to write a song and I'm going to call it The Magazines.
Take it away.
Idea about a woman's day. It's about what's in style, Dolly Madison would say. It's also vogue, the new woman's weekly way, and so cosmopolitan to cut and tuck and say that's life. First she's gotta soak off the TV week residue and brush up on all of her celebrity news. She wades through the torment, it is taunted by the silicone world. Well, there's Elle, and there's Belle, and there's Marie Claire too. And the girlfriend Cleo cannot work out who's who. It's such a bizarre family circle, but it's your home, beautiful. But I know, I read it in the magazines. The magazine. Playboy Ralph says women spread and men get ahead and everything is cheap. And GQ's there in ladies' underwear, 'cause he read somewhere it was the latest thing to do. Well, there's biking and there's trucking and there's Sports Illustrated too. You can learn how to wear a bikini or get a tattoo. You better muscle up and shoot her before a rolling stone gets you. But I know, I read it in the magazines, and I know nothing is as it seems in the magazine.
What a beautiful melody. That's such a nice song. A couple of lyrics there where Christian thought we might have had to do a bit of editing. It's not too bad. Whoops. Well, that's what it's about, isn't it? I saw Ed researching that song down at the newsagents. Some sort of pervert standing in front of the adult section for hours.
That's what my wife says.
That's great.
You know what I was always concerned about is, you know, if the print media decided to take offence, and you think, okay, if they do a
tabloid spread on the Dr Goodvibe.
Yeah, like, you know, our goose is cooked.
You're in big trouble, yes. I can see the letters to the editor now. That's great stuff. Thanks, guys. That was really brilliant. That's off the new album, a whole 14 brand new tracks, some really funny ones too. There's a little song at the end called Morris the Mosquito.
Have you played it yet?
I have, yeah. It's a really, but it makes me itchy. I just can't. We'll talk about the power of suggestion.